I want to talk to you about wholeness and what that's really about. Through most of my life, I have experienced myself in fractions. There was a part of me that was this, and a part of me that was that, and a part over here that was this, and a part over there that was that. And I would access certain parts of me that I felt would be acceptable in the moment. The result of that was that I lived my life in fits and starts, never really experiencing the whole of me, the all of me, in any given moment, because I really felt that the all of me, that is the totality of who I am, was too much for the world to comprehend or to embrace and to accept. In fact, I wasn't even imagining that. At some level, I was receiving that message from the world itself. That my world was telling me that I was to present myself in fractions. That I was to weigh too much when I allowed the whole of me to show up at any given time. The result of this is that I not only fractured myself, that is, separated myself in many different parts, but separated myself from those parts. And particularly from the parts that I felt that anyone else disagreed with. That is, I put the parts of me that I thought were not okay with you aside, even if they were okay with me. But they were not okay with you, so I put those parts of me aside and disowned them. And it in a very real way, the first 25 or 30 years of my life was about separating myself from and disowning the parts of me which I felt were not good enough for you. And the last 30 years of my life have been about reversing the process. Picking up the pieces and bringing them back to myself and gluing Humpty Dumpty back together again. And what I've learned in that process is that as I began to pick up the pieces of me that I disowned, I had to also pick up the parts of me that you found unattractive, even those parts of me that I found unattractive, because the healing of the parts of me that even I wanted to heal could not take place so long as I disowned them. Do you understand? Because in the moment that I disowned them, I made it impossible to do anything with them or about them because they were not part of me. I was pretending that that wasn't part of me anymore. And I thought that was the way to heal it. I thought the way to heal the aspects of me that I want to heal is just to release it and let it go. But all I was doing was sublimating a part of me, and because you can't really take yourself apart and let yourself go, it's not going to happen. You are who you are. The wholeness of who you are is also the holiness of who you are. So for me, the most wondrous moment of my life was when I decided to reclaim myself in my wholeness, and that couldn't happen until someone or something, some event or occurrence came along that convinced me that the whole me was good and wonderful and perfect just the way it was. And boy, that was a struggle. I don't know how it's been for you, but that was a huge struggle for me. Because I spent half of my life, the first 30 years of my life, convincing myself and allowing others to convince me that so long as I stayed fractured, I could make it. And so life, I think, is a journey to wholeness.